Hey guys, so today I'm here about another blockchain video. This will be a little different than normal. It's about a blockchain application rather than how to code it up. So when you code it up, you get into the nitty-gritty stuff and how to pretty much get into the basics of blockchain programming. But sometimes we forget about the application, and sometimes the applications help guide us to what really matters in life and what we're really aiming towards. So this is a new relatively popular blockchain application that came up recently that I want to showcase. And so maybe you can get ideas of how to build your own blockchain application that really does will actually make some money. All right. So even if you're not a sports fan, um, this is a new blockchain application that generates a bunch of income. So it's made by a company called Dapper Labs, and there's this thing where like there's serious fun and games, yeah, that whatever that stuff. But they do have this little blurb down here. It talks about the market amounts. So the first app, which came out relatively recently, I think this year, um, it's says number one. There's over 3 million marketplace transactions and over 500 million sales. And they have a second app, which is also relatively popular. This CryptoKitties websites where you make cats and you trade them, similar to NBA Top Shot, where you have NBA moments or GIFs and you trade them. Um, and if you compare the numbers, CryptoKitties has been out for a lot longer, but there's already been about like 50% more transactions on the NBA Top Shot, even though it just came out. And the number of sales, like that's over 10 times the amount, 500 million versus 40 million. And the rest is even like lower. So it becomes why is important, even though it might not be interesting to you, even though the idea of trading things might seem dumb, it's still helpful to know technology. And this isn't a financial channel at all, so don't take my financial advice at all. Um, but it will give you insights on the marketplace too, and just like what's going to be more popular. So if you're aiming for a job, you'll see, oh, that business might actually survive. Their business model seems feasible. Okay, so the crux of all these trading platforms is NFTs or non-fungible tokens, and it takes advantage of the blockchain technology because it creates pretty much digital assets that are unique and therefore not interchangeable. So this is different from obviously money. So the nice thing about money is that the dollar I give you doesn't have to be, or the dollar you give me, I do not have to return the exact dollar most of the time. Most of the time, you'll be okay if I just give you another random dollar. If I give you a $5 bill, you'll be way even happier. But money, you don't really like emotionally attached to like a particular dollar bill or anything a lot of the time, and therefore they're relatively interchangeable. This is different from digital assets on the blockchain, where they are unique and therefore they're not like interchangeable. Like you can trade them, but they're not like inherently like equal in value. They're not the same. So a lot of people are using this to represent their digital items like photos, videos, audios, and other types of digital files. Um, and while like the actual files sometimes can be copied, like on CryptoKitties, there's just cats that you're trading around. And sure, I can just save this picture on my computer right now. Why do I have to pay for it? Um, I think Mark Cuban. I recently read a quote that he said about NBA Top Shot. It's that it's pretty much the same concept as art. And a lot of you might not be art fans, but it's like the Mona Lisa is a popular painting, and you can download the picture right now. You can Google it, but it's not the same. Someone will still pay like millions of dollars for the real thing because it has some real value compared to the other things. So the same concept goes here. Um, so yeah, you NFTs. I'm not gonna go too much in how they work, but pretty much you're using blockchain technology to make sure things are more unique. And NBA Top Shot exploits a lot of these features in order to make the product more popular. Okay, so I pulled up this trading card wiki as well. Let's just go over some conditions, or some of you may not have bought trading cards before, but trading cards have been a popular thing. I know I personally was into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards back in the day. And there's like a quite a big market for it. Some people realize when they get older that it seems just be cardboard. But even though like as an adult you might know it's just cardboard and you don't care as much about it, for a lot of people there's still nostalgia, and you know that's there's even if you don't care about it, some other people find it valuable and therefore you're interested because you can make money off it or whatnot. So some people will like not be that personally attached to the trading cards themselves, but just do it for the money. Um, but there are a lot of like caveats to making money up cards, and which makes it a little difficult sometimes. But some things associated with it are some price guides. So a lot of people want to know the value of their cards, um, and they want to like, sell like if their cards worth $1,000, they don't want to get like gypped over it, or maybe they want to sell it for more of that value. Um, real card like physical cards also have the issue of condition. You could have like a lot of kids who bought the original of a certain series, like I guess Pokemon series, like their cards would have been worth like a lot, except for the fact that they didn't keep it in any good condition and have some ruined mess somewhere in the gutter. If they kept it in pristine condition, um, that would be probably worth a lot of money. But that didn't really happen. They just bought the card because they wanted it as kids. Popularity is associated with value. Like for Pokemon, like the Pokemon Charizard card was very popular. I think it sold for quite a bit of money. Um, because just Charizard was just so popular, and even though like it wasn't, some people may have not thought it was like the best card or anything, it still holds a lot of value to like the people themselves. And then scarcity is another thing. That's inherently built into the card system, but certain cards are more rare than other cards, and therefore that adds value. And certain cards go out of circulation after a certain while. So the longer you wait, the older cards get worth more value some of the time because you just can't get them anymore. So you have to buy them when you get where you can get them. All right. So those are the basics of trading cards and NFTs and CryptoKitties and NBA Top Shot. Now I'm gonna dive deeper into NBA Top Shot. So this is an example of a GIF you can see from a card, and I'll go over this in a little more details. But that's pretty much what you're getting. You're getting this cube, has some details associated with it, and you can buy it for a certain amount of money. I'm just gonna click on the starter collection option. So you'll see, okay, if you want to get access, you have this email, but I'm not here to like sell you on the product. I'm just here to explain it. Okay, so yeah, this is the moment. I'll go into more what this looks like, but each moment has a serial number, which is this one says it's number 1 out of 49. And I'll go more, it'll make a little more sense when I go to the marketplace, but I'll just keep going. So they also have a concept of packs. So packs, it seems like this product is still in beta version, but just like in real life, there are packs out there, and packs are just a lot of kids like these, or a lot of people like these because it's like you can pull out like a really rare card from just like a low amount of dollars relatively and sell it for a lot of money. Like just a surprise you get from a pack, like a lot of people like. But you want to know generally like some parameter where you're getting inside the pack. So a lot of packs, what they'll have is like a bunch of common cards, and then like one like possibly rare card. And it could be like a range from rare to mega rare card. And for trade cards in particular, sometimes like shiny cards would be the rare cards, and then that also catches your eye, so you know it's more rare in general. Um, so this will just tell you like these are just examples, but let's say this common pack has 3 common moments. They call them moments of cards, and then this rare pack has 7 common moments and 1 rare moment. So you see how like there's a very like different ratio of rare to common moments, and then a legendary pack has a bunch of common moments and a bunch of rare moments, and then 1 legendary moment, which is even more rare than the rare moment. So the tier is common, the rare, than legendary, and you'll see the prices range like $9, $99, and then $9.99. So it's like 10 times the amounts. Um, that affects the value of the cards. Generally, like the rare cards, there'll be less of them, and they'll be harder to get, so they'll be worth more if you sell them later. So some people go for packs, and some people just go for buying the cards directly. They all want to take their luck. All right. Where's the marketplace option? I'm just gonna go back to the homepage. So when you go to the marketplace, it's a lot easier to see what you get. Um, I guess I'll go to packs for a second. So you can buy packs, but since it's in beta, currently as of this April 18th date, um, that I'm recording this, a lot of the packs are sold out, and you have to like they'll just randomly appear like that are not sold out. But these were the recent packs that were sold, like this Cool Cats $14, NBA All Star Game $229, base set $19, and Rising Stars $199. There's some other packs out there, including this legendary pack, which is $999. If you don't care about basketball, then some of this, I won't go into the details. Okay, so let's click on their most valuable listings. So like you saw the highest pack was like $999, but usually it's like 99 or maybe close to $10. And you'll see that some of these are selling for like way more than that. Like this is $250,000. Like that's quite a lot of money. Like this is the most expensive thing you can buy on the site, but still. And then, so I'll just go into some things you'll see features on the website. So you'll see like it tells you the pack it's from. So it says legendary, or actually that's the rarity. So it says legendary. So I think all these will be legendary because that's the most rare card, like the rare type of card available. And then you'll see this LE next to it, and you'll see this number next to it. So if it's limited edition, that means count as final, and that means that there will only be 59 of these LeBron James clips out there, and there'll be serial number ranked 1 to 59. So we saw that we're um, we saw this. Oh, there's some more data. Okay, but I'm just gonna go to select and buy. I'm not actually gonna buy it. Um, oh, there's only one here. Okay, this is not a good example at all. But usually these are ranked by serial. You can sort these, and these are ranked by serial number. I'm just going to go to a more common example. So I'll just search LeBron James because he's like one of the most, or not the most popular players on this website at the moment. And then I'll just go to this one. So like this isn't nearly as expensive, but still pretty expensive. Okay, so let's say you saw this lowest is $1,200 and top sale is $42,000. Okay, so what's going on with that? So you can do select and buy, and you'll see a couple of things. So you'll see it's certainly sorted by serial number, and you'll see that the highest amount is about, well, there's a lot high amounts because you can put whatever price you want. But you'll see that these are all around like 30K plus. If I scroll down, it drops down a lot to like 9K. And I'm gonna just drop down a lot lower. You get down to like still pretty high prices to be honest. I'm gonna go reverse order. Highest. Wow, this is not a good example either. Alright. Well, this is a pretty bad example, but I can still tell you the concept. So essentially, the idea is that the lower the serial number, the more valuable it is. So this is different from trading cards of the past, where I remember in Pokemon cards they would have this like stamp on certain cards to say first edition versus non first edition, and the cards with the stamp that had first edition would be worth more, and there'd be less of them. But that would be only like there'd be two types of cards, so you could get like 10 first edition cards. They'd all be technically the same except probably like condition wise, but they all be the same exact value. In this case, they've like upped it up a bit because every card has to be unique. So every card has a unique serial number, and that serial number, the lower it is, will actually be more valuable. So you can buy several of these LeBron like gifs, and um, like they'll be worth different values if one's lower. Cause like let's say I think they said there was like 50 something of these, and that's probably why it's so expensive. But let's say like number one versus like number 50, number one would be way more worth it. And there's this also concept like each player has a jersey number. So LeBron has jersey number 23, and sometimes that jersey number 23 will be even more expensive than like number one or a lower number, just because some people value the jersey number. So this is all like definitely a popularity game. But understanding the popularity game makes you understand like the value of things to other people and whether or not these are worthwhile investments. All right, this is a pretty long video, so I think I'll end it soon. This is what the clip looks like. So you don't have to buy to see it, but some people you can see like, oh, do you think that was particularly cool? That'll help also impact your investment because these aren't just like data; like these are actually associated with NBA clips, and a lot of people immediately think, so why can't I just watch this on YouTube? And you can, and this goes back into that art analogy I went before. You can make a copy of this. You can watch this on your own. Like this is not the only version of this thing, and the person does not own this clip. They just own like the digital like blockchain stuff associated with this clip. It is a little silly, like to be honest, but it is generally a lot of value, and yeah, sometimes you have to get on that train if you want to. Okay, I'm gonna stop it at that because it's been pretty long. So thanks, bye guys.